So let's talk about what happens when you choke under pressure. We've all been there. Today we're going to break down exactly why it happens and give you the actual tools to stop it.
Yeah, you know that moment. The pressure hits, and suddenly your mind just jumps. Your attention slips, and a task you've done 1,000 times suddenly feels 100 times harder than it should.
But here's the thing. Losing your focus when you're under pressure, well, it isn't some big mystery. It's actually predictable. And because it's predictable, that means it's solvable.
See, focus is really the gateway to performance. I mean, you can have all the skill, all the strength, all the preparation in the world, but if your attention collapses when it counts the most, your performance is going to collapse right along with it. The good news here, though, focus is a trainable skill.
All right, so let's start with why your brain slips in the first place. We're going to get into the science of losing focus.
So at its core, what's happening is that pressure fundamentally changes how your brain allocates attention. It literally pulls you away from the present moment and throws you into worry or fear or that crippling overanalysis.
When the pressure's on, your brain pretty much goes into a tailspin. You get hit with this kind of triple whammy. First, there's cognitive overload. That's where your mind is just juggling way too many thoughts at once. Then, your attention either narrows into total tunnel vision or it scatters completely, getting distracted by every little thing. And finally, you start over-monitoring your own automatic skills.
And what that means is you start consciously trying to control movements that should be completely automatic. It just breaks your rhythm, it slows your reaction time, and yeah, it's a classic cause of choking.
Okay, so that's the problem. Enough about that. Let's talk solutions. This is what we call the Mental Skills Toolkit. These are trainable tools that help you maintain control.
The first step here is just simple awareness. You have to ask yourself, how can I tell when pressure is starting to hijack my attention? Because really, you can't fix what you don't notice.
You want to look for these early signals, things like a sudden wave of overthinking, or you start rushing your movements. Maybe your eyes are scanning the environment way too much, or that negative voice in your head just gets louder. Sometimes you might forget your simple routine, or you just get that feeling of being disconnected from your own body.
So once you recognize those signs, you need a tool. And the first one is a pre-performance cue. It's specifically designed to replace that storm of overthinking with just a single, clear target.
Just a simple cue word, something like smooth or strong or even just breathe. It can be an incredibly powerful tool to just snap your attention right back to where it needs to be.
Now, when your mind jumps to future worries, that's where grounding techniques come in. They're what pull it back to the present. We're talking about simple actions like feeling your feet on the ground or just focusing on one physical sensation. These can reset your attention instantly.
And please, don't underestimate your breath. Slow, task-focused breathing does way more than just calm you down. It actually sharpens your attention. A steady breathing pattern stabilizes your mind and cuts right through all that cognitive noise. There's also a technique that elite performers use called quiet eye. What this involves is holding your gaze on a very specific point right before an action. It's a really powerful way to reduce distractions and dramatically improve your accuracy.
Okay, so let's put all of this together into your in-the-moment action plan. This is a simple 5-step reset that you can use in real time.
So, the big question is, what do you actually do when you feel that focus starting to slip in the moment? Well, here's the sequence. All right, step 1, reset with one deep breath. Step 2, use your chosen cue word to direct your attention. 3, ground yourself physically. Just feel your feet. 4, lock your eyes on a specific target. And 5, return to your routine. That simple sequence can bring your mind back from chaos to clarity. Ultimately, what this is all about is taking back control. You have to remember, focus is your skill to command. And it's really important to understand this. Pressure doesn't break your focus because you're weak. It breaks your focus because your brain is literally hardwired to protect you from what it perceives as a threat. So when you learn to consciously control your attention, your breath, your cues, your gaze, that's when you take back control of your performance. It's really that direct. So now that you have the tools, the real question is, what is the first high-pressure moment you're going to choose to master? The power, it's in your hands.